Alright, so now the play which really sets up the entire offense, and that is going to be for verticals. And the reason this play really sets everything up is the ability to bomb zone coverage on the left-hand side of the field. Everybody by now knows how difficult four verticals can be to stop on the right side of the field, but we're going to be able to bomb it on the left. So we're going to come out just a cover 3 press. So standard cover 3, you'll look at the play art, and in four verticals we have a total of 3 setups we like to use. One of the setups is to simply just hike the ball. You know it's difficult to stop the 3 guys going deep on the right side of the field as is. Now when you add this element of the receiver on the left, this play becomes a complete nightmare for zone coverage. So as you see here, I'm just going to hike the ball, corner's going to stutter step, we're going to lob it deep, and that is a huge play. Very simple. Don't have to do anything crazy, don't have to do any adjustments, simply hike the ball, corner's going to stutter, you're going to pass lead it up, and rat catch for the easy touchdown. So I'm going to explain why this works really quick, just so you guys are aware. Go into instant replay. This route, the way that it is set up, is supposed to have a stutter step by the receiver. It's going to be similar to like a double move. Corners in this game are meant to mirror the routes. They're supposed to jump mimic what the receiver does. That way they should be covered in theory. Well, you see the receiver doesn't stutter step. The game, however, thinks he is. You see, so the corner's going to turn around here, and at this point, he's gone. I mean, at that point, the play's over. That's 5 yards in. We know that this is a touchdown. So by the time he does that, you see, simply can't recover to a speedy receiver. Easy play. So that's it. I mean, there's no real secret to it. It's just the way that this play works. The corner is designed to stutter step, and the receiver doesn't. But the only thing you got to worry about with this is overthrows. You will see from time to time that a bad quarterback will just chuck that shit out of bounds. And it's just something to note. I mean, if your opponent or if your quarterback simply can't hit that throw, then you want to start looking at your shorter reads. But a decent quarterback is going to be able to bomb somebody that just likes to play cover 3, cover 4. And even if, they're baseline pressed, it doesn't matter. You'll see that even when they do this, he's still just going to run right past them. I can't tell you why he runs past him there. I don't think the corner even the stutter steps, to be honest, but he just gets burnt. Let's see, does corner stutter step? Oh yeah, he does. He kind of bites to the inside right here. So you see that he's not exactly running deep, and then by that point he's even with the receiver. And if you guys are familiar with the saying, if they're even, they're leaving, that's any speed receiver. I mean, you see, who's this? This is Simon. Simon's got, 87, 88 speed. Obviously no match for 96, 97. So that is the main reason we use this route. The other thing to note with this route is your opponents simply can't run a cover 2. Say they're doing the cover 2 thing where they're putting their safeties in flats. Well, as soon as he cuts up the field, he's going to bomb his guy anyway. So, boom, upfield, easy separation. Once again, the opponent's only chance of stopping this is that the quarterback throws it out of bounds. So, once again, they're going to say they're just trying to take away our adjustments. Say they're going to take the safety, jump down on these slant by the tight end, or they're going to guard that route. Well, you can't. You can't play on that free safety just because he gets so much separation once he cuts up field. Now, if the Cardinals give me a little bit of time to throw this pass, I will show it to you. So, oh yeah. Michael Bennett or Cliff Averill, they're goons. Let's try this again. We're gonna block the running back this time. See if that helps us at all. Nope, still doesn't help us. Now we're just gonna put the D line in spies, so they will leave me the hell alone. Alright. So once again, as he cuts up the field, you can see the separation on man coverage. It's just, it's too good. I mean, they can't make a play on the ball. It's that much separation. A lot of people say, well, cover ones might work. Well, it doesn't. Like, even if your opponent is doing something like DB strike, putting purples out there, we'll put purples. Screw it. So it's just, it's not gonna matter. Like, as soon as he cuts up the field, the separation is just too big. I mean, you can see, yeah, that's a fast receiver on a slightly slower corner, but I mean, it doesn't matter. 5 yards of separation is 5 yards of separation. So that one route single-handedly forces our opponent into our favor. Our opponent now cannot do anything with their safeties. They can't play man coverage and drop them into zones. They can't run cover threes. They can't really run cover four because we can bomb that as well. So pretty much that forces our opponent into two defenses. They're going to be in cover two, or they're going to be in two man under. So cover two, with no adjustments, you'll see that you can't really throw the fade route to the left, that glitchy little fade. However, the slot receiver on the right will always be wide open. So, see right here, just kind of chuck it to him. They can't play both, which is why four verticals is so tough. Go ahead, run it again. Just drop the pass that time. I mean, that's open right there. But the other thing I want to focus on, let's see. You'll see that the tight end on that crossing route is wide open if you pass lead it high and to the inside. So not only do they have to worry about the slot receiver on the right, but you'll see that the fade route over here is going to pull the safety. So the safety is going to turn around and sprint with him, leaving this wide open gap in zones that you just pass lead high into the inside, and it'll be wide open. I get a lot of one-play touchdowns in MUT with this concept because obviously I have somebody faster than 74 speed, but it's just a wide open hole in the zone. A lot of the times this receiver will pick up that block, and then it's just off to the races. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to run it again. You see just a wide open hole in the zone. Jermaine Gresham being some shit, dropped the ball. But if you're playing with a real team like Seattle or Mutt or anything along those lines, you know it's a completion. So that is for vertical stock. Now the adjustments that I use is I like to drag the tight end and slant the outside right receiver. This is primarily used for two reasons. A, it's going to allow me to chuck the drag route versus zone. Works very similar to the bunch tight end, pistol bunch tight end formation, the four verts play. And that's just, or the verticals play, I should say, just because any zone, you see that was a flat zone. It drops back with the fade. That just allows you to chuck it underneath to the drag. So chuck it underneath, pick up your 5, 6 yards. That was 8, 9, 10, whatever. But nice little play, dink and dunk down the field, so to speak. If they're in man coverage, don't have to tell you, man coverage doesn't really stop these routes. Only picked up 2, 3 yards right there, but I'm just going to keep blaming Jermaine Gresham. The reason we use the slant is because he should beat his guy right there. Pretty much it forces our opponent to respect that route as well, so they don't just jump on the drag route. So, once again, that is the secondary setup I use, because it doesn't matter what my opponent is in. You have the running back on the in route going to the right, drag to the left, slant coming across the middle. And then, as I mentioned, they can't really do anything with the safeties, otherwise it's a touchdown. So, the secondary setup is to, if your opponent's getting really adjusty, I like to drag the slot receiver, as you see right here, and then I like to slant the outside right, or in route. I will in route this guy a lot of the times as well. If I see zone, I in route. If I see man, I slant. But we'll go ahead, go back to man coverage. You'll see drag route always open. You'll have the crossing route that will get open as well by the tight end. Now, Gresham's not the greatest. A lot of the times it will get undercut like that. A decent tight end will get huge separation. It won't get undercut. Go ahead, slant, drag. Obviously, you have the in route, which will pick up, 4 or 5 yards with a chunk of yards if they break the tackle or simply miss. Or the slant. So, let's see. Once again, see, slants on the outside receiver kill press coverage. It doesn't matter the corner. It all really matters that the receiver is on the line of scrimmage. So those are the two setups I use, in addition to the stock look. And it doesn't, you could run this play all game. I mean, if you don't want to even run a scheme, just run 4 verts. I've seen people run this play up and down the field at will. Once you put the scheme with it, though, it is truly a pain to deal with. Cover 2, once again, you'll see all of these setups are going to work. Doesn't really matter. So I guess my favorite setup against cover 2 would be to drag the tight end, slant outside right receiver. You're still going to be able to pick up those 5, 6 plus yards, even against a cover 2. I don't know. It's just truly difficult to stop. This is the cover 3 again. Just bomb it. Man coverage doesn't work against it. Cover 4s don't work. That's everything. We've hit on every sort of coverage. The only thing your opponent will be able to do is if they're doing something like this, like the perfect defense to stop this scheme would be truly an adjustment like, trying to think, like this probably. This would be the best adjustment that I could think of. I don't really see, but if I see this, I'm probably, they won't, I don't know, they won't be able to set this up because I'll be audibling to different plays. This would work. So if you use this setup, this would still get wide open. You'll have the drag route coming across. So I don't even know how to defend this three play scheme out of four verticals. Best bet would be to play man coverage, um, like a combo type coverage. It's like they do something like this maybe. They jump different routes. Uh, I don't know. I don't. So the fact that you have to have your safeties deep limits the ability to guard things. So I don't know how to stop this. Was it three play scheme out of verts alone? Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna ramble on any longer about it. Four verticals is the base. It's our ability to really bomb any covers we want to. So that's it. We're gonna move right along into the other plays now.